Kaleb Cooper calls Jeremy Clarkson a runt in on-air dig. Kaleb Cooper took aim at his boss Jeremy Clarkson while plugging his new children's book on Heart Radio. The Clarkson Farm star was live on air this morning to promote Kaleb's Farmyard tales, Escaping Animals and Runaway Tractors. However, Kaleb couldn't resist getting a little dig in while chatting to presenter Jamie Theakston. Jamie Theakston mentioned Kaleb had named the fictional runt of the pig litter, Jeremy, then sarcastically asked, "Where did you come up with that name?" Kaleb replied, "I don't know really, I just thought it was a great name. It sums up every Jeremy is always a little bit of a runt." The Express reports the presenters laughed as Kaleb quickly apologized to those named Jeremy, adding, "I'm sure you're lovely." Kaleb, 27, has previously taken a lighthearted swipe at his company star's farming abilities. Discussing the farm's chickens, he said, "Chickens are generally pretty easy, even my friend Jeremy can handle chickens, and he's the worst farmer I've ever seen." However, Kaleb was also known to give Jeremy the odd compliment and has previously said, "My friend Jeremy is actually quite a good pig farmer. Don't tell him I said that," he added. Kaleb rose to fame on the Amazon Prime series in 2021. The Farmhand proved a hit with viewers due to his honesty, expertise, and humorous exchanges with the former Top Gear presenter. He has now forged a career of his own and has gained an impressive 3 million followers on Instagram. Kaleb Cooper apologies after outrageous insult at Jeremy Clarkson. The young farmhand from Chipping Norton rose to fame in the first season of the Prime Video show, which was released in 2021. Since then, the star has appeared in all 3 subsequent series, including the 4th iteration, which was released earlier this year across May and June. Mr. Cooper, who already has 2 children with his partner Taya, welcomed the birth of his 3rd child, Ashton, earlier this month. With the filming on Clarkson's Farm Series 5 well underway, the 27-year-old has landed a dig at his boss, Jeremy Clarkson. Mr. Cooper is currently promoting his new children's book called Kaleb's Farmyard Tales, Escaping Animals and Runaway Tractors. He featured on Heart Radio, talking with host Jamie Theakston about the new venture. During the conversation, mentioned that there's a runt of the pig litter in the story called Jeremy. When asked as to where he got the idea to name a character Jeremy, Mr. Cooper replied, "I don't know really, I just thought it was a great name. It sums up, every Jeremy is always a little bit of a runt." This caused the Radio Heart hosts to laugh in disbelief before the Clarkson's Farm star quickly apologized to anyone called Jeremy. "I'm sure you're lovely," added Mr. Cooper. Clarkson's Farm star Kaleb Cooper makes emotional admission. Clarkson's Farm star Kaleb Cooper has made an emotional admission about growing up. The farmer from Chipping Norton became a household name after starring in Jeremy Clarkson's farming documentary on Prime Video. Hailing from Chipping Norton in the Cotswolds, Mr. Cooper's no-nonsense style quickly captivated audiences. Now with 4 seasons of the show under his belt and 3 young children, the 27-year-old has made an emotional admission about growing up too quickly. Speaking to PA, he said, "I grew up way too quickly in a way, and maybe that was because my mum and dad got divorced and I decided that I would be there to help her pay the bills." This comes after he and his fiancée, Taya, had their 3rd child, Ashton, back in August. Mr. Cooper was harvesting a field when she went into labor, but managed to complete it in time to get back for the birth. He said, "Because it was baby number 3, Taya was so relaxed, and she rings me about 1 o'clock, telling me, 'Kaleb, I'm in labor, I'll let you know when I'm close.' I said, 'Well, I've just got this one field, and Taya understands this. We've been together 10 years. I think, to go forward in life to get where you want to be, you don't need someone nagging at you and saying, 'Don't do that, don't do this.' They've got to be supportive all the time. She's been out there on the combine harvester with me when we've had to finish the field, because of the weather or whatever." He got back in time to witness the birth, as he did with his 2 other children. "I get into proper calving mode and I'm treating Taya like a cow, then she's giving me the side eye and I have to manage that," the farming maestro said. The Chipping Norton celebrity finally went abroad for the first time this year to Bruges in Belgium, but is still reluctant to stray far from his hometown in the Cotswolds and is keen to promote farming as a career for young people. He launched a bursary 2 years ago at the Royal Agricultural University, contributing £3,000 to successful applicants from non-farming backgrounds who want to pursue a career in agriculture, and gives talks in schools to educate children in farming. "I firmly believe we should be teaching kids farming in schools. Food is the most important thing in the world, he stated. He wants to get farming on the national curriculum, but doesn't have much faith in MPs. 2 years ago, he visited the then Prime Minister Rishi Sunak at 10 Downing Street alongside Charlie Ireland, Jeremy Clarkson's land agent, at a farm-to-fork summit to discuss supermarket supply chains and how farmers can be better supported. MPs, they're all full of s*****, he said flatly. I firmly believe if you want something done in the world, you've got to do it yourself. He hopes his new book, Kaleb's Farmyard Tales, a collection of funny, true stories from the farm, featuring child-friendly chapters on pigs, sheep, chickens, cows, poo and, of course, tractors, will amuse and educate young readers. Having kids has made me realize that it's okay to stop for 10 minutes and just enjoy that time and make that memory with your kids, added Mr. Cooper. I wanted to be a young father, and I'm very lucky to be able to do that. I work my off to provide for my family, and that's what I'll keep doing. I would be lying if I said I haven't changed, but I have grown up. I've got 3 kids now. When you saw me in the first season, I had a beard and about 4 chest hairs. He started his first business when he was 13, after his mother bought him 3 chickens, and he sold the eggs to the local community. Now, with 3 children of his own, he is trying to strike a bit more of a balance between work and family life. Beforehand, I was doing 24-hour days, he said. Now I do 18-hour days. I'd rather work until 4 a.m., sleep until 6 and then have the morning off to spend some time with the kids. Trying to manage work, life, filming, books, charity, and kids is hard work, but at the same time it's really enjoyable. I wouldn't have it any other way. Yet he says he would never push his children into farming. My dream is to go and buy my own farm, he revealed. If Oscar and Willa say, look, I don't want to be a farmer, that's not a problem. To help educate young people in farming, Mr. Cooper will be doing talks in schools and is happy to use his raised TV profile to spread the message. It's an honor to have a TV show that inspires people, he said. There aren't enough of those around at the moment. Mr. Clarkson has become one of his best friends, although he draws the line at the suggestion that he might be a father figure. I would say, Granddad, probably, he cheekily added. I love the bloke to pieces. Whenever I have a problem or need some advice, I simply go and sit down with him. I hope that I teach him a little bit about farming, but he teaches me about so much stuff. When I went on tour, he was telling me how he did his Top Gear days with live audiences, so I've got a great mentor. Jeremy's been around the world. He's done all the TV. He's great at making TV. Watching that bloke's brain work is unbelievable. It's honestly mind-blowing. Mr. Cooper's no-nonsense attitude was tested in the summer when he was blocked by a policeman to clear the route for J.D. Vance's cavalcade, when the U.S. Vice President was on holiday in the Cotswolds. At the time, Mr. Cooper was transporting 14 tons of wheat in an open trailer in the rain. I wanted to get going for my wheat, which was getting wet, and I kept nudging forward, he said. He wasn't very happy with me, this little policeman. He was allowed to continue his journey half an hour later, but the wheat got wet. I'm going to send them a bill for drying my wheat. For the time being, he'll continue to juggle his contracting business, family and TV commitments, hopes to write more books and is even considering travel. Mr. Cooper added, I spend my life with the most traveled man, talking to the most traveled man in the world, so when we are talking, I talk farming, while he says, go on, you must go here. And my brain starts thinking, maybe I should listen to him.